Yeah, g'day fellow junk collectors. This is my latest acquisition from an old junk shop down in Victoria, Australia. It's an early model electric fan, and I'm not really sure the make because I can't find any maker's name on it, but it's possibly a GE or something like that. And from the style of the motor, I imagine it may be made in the 1920s or so. But anyway, this is as I've found it, and it's been rewired with a modern figure 8 flex. The motor lead-in wires, all the fabric has deteriorated somewhat, so all that's going to need to be rewired. However, the motor still turns okay. It's not seized or anything like that, so that's a good sign. And this one has the oil cups for the bearings under here, and they're all still intact, which is good. But anyway, they appear to be being filled up with some sort of grease or something, so I'll probably need to replace the wicks and clean all that out and run them in with proper oil. So it's being dropped. It's the cast iron base has had a few bits knocked out of it. That doesn't affect its stability, I don't think. And also the handle on the top is bent where it's taking a bit of a tumble. And it's quite a massive unit. Probably weigh at least 10 kilos or more. Yeah, they don't make them like they used to, do they? Anyway, quick look at the motor. I've already measured the continuity of the windings, and I think I've measured about 30 something ohms here. Okay, now I've just taken the fan itself off the motor shaft, and I'm just going to remove the rear motor cover, have a bit of a look inside. So here we go. Just take that one down there. Okay, got many years of dirt inside this motor here. It's done a lot of work by the look of it. Okay, now I've got the main fan motor assembly stripped down to its basic components. And here's the rotor. It's got a fair bit of surface rust and that on it, but that'll clean up okay. Okay, I decided to clean up the rotor, and I thought I'd just use the old lathe that's been lying around here for some time and sort of maybe get a few cobwebs off it. So anyway, we'll put it in here and use a bit of emery on it. Okay, this is how the rotors come up after a little bit of a polish with the emery. It's all sort of looking rather clean, and the bearing surface on the shaft is good too, so that's be ready to go back in later on. And okay, I've just taken the bottom cover plate off the base of this fan here. That's the cover plate there. So had a look in here, and there were a few little electrical issues that would have caused problems at some stage. Most obvious one I've found is these pair of wires that have been squashed together under the plate, and with the insulation probably ready to fall apart. There's no doubt that those wires would eventually shorted together, causing problems. So anyway, we shall get some new wire, and that'll be rewired and hopefully made right again. And also it looks like in here there's probably been a bit of a spider in here or something. And that bloke sort of made a bit of a camp up in here. Got all his tucker and stuff that he's been feeding on. So all that stuff's up in here. Bit of an egg sac going on here. So we'll find the spider a new home somewhere, if I can find it. It might have already died or moved on, eh? Anyway, that's the next part. This area here will be sorted out. Just trim off any sharp bits. Run a sleeve up over it. Here we go. Okay, now we have it. The wiring has been reconnected to the old field windings. And I just ran up here, put a loop up here to hold up here, and brought it back down to here, which is secured here. So that just gives you a little bit of extra protection in case the wire might get accidentally pulled out from the back of a fan and cause irreparable damage to the connections that are buried in the windings in here. All we'll have to do now is just measure it out, make sure the continuity is intact, and should be right to go to reassemble the motor. Righto, I've just put the motor housing back on the base just to support it to reassemble the motor. So I've just got a bit of a lighter oil. Well, finished wiring up the switch assembly of this fan, and I've used modern equivalent cloth covered wire and retaining a Bakelite plug, and the cord is restrained here, and I've provided an earth as well just in case there's any problems with the wiring. And this is what some of the old wiring looked like. It's pretty far gone, all sort of insulation's deteriorating, exposing the bare wires, so would have been a bit of an issue trying to use this one, I imagine. Well, I'm ready to give this fan a test run. So what I've done, I've plugged it into a variac, so I increase the voltage slowly and see how we go. Well, so far so good, seems to be running pretty well. And what I'll do, I'll just leave it running for a little while and I'll just check the motor, make sure it's not overheating or anything. And that would sort of show me whether it's got shorter turns or not in the windings. Thanks for watching.